Hey guys, we're gonna start a new tradition here every month, the monthly drink club. Jhon Espey and myself, we will meet once a month. We did one meeting early April, and we will, of course, drink and talk about business, tech, and whatever. What's up, John?
How you doing, Dino? Good to see you, man.
You too. And I understand you had some crazy weather storm over the weekend.
Yeah. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we just randomly got a tornado warning. And I was actually at a gym, violating the stay-at-home orders, of course. But I was at a gym with like two of my friends, and he yells over. He's like, "John, go look!" And we saw like leaves and twigs and rocks flying around in the air. It wasn't an actual tornado, but it looked pretty scary. And my power went out that night. We were supposed to record this on Friday, but we were not able to because my power went out.
Right. And when we talked on Friday, for me, Friday is a special date, always been like that. And I try to push tons of work up till like 2, 3, something like that. And then celebrate a good week with a drink. And I said that I will open my Jack Daniels, but no, I waited.
I'm glad I made you wait, Dina.
Yeah, Jack is definitely like totally sealed. I'm gonna open it right now. Um,
So I'm drinking today a Wathins barrel proof.
wow.
My friend gave it to me. I would not have been this fancy, but my friend was like, "Hey, I got this really good bourbon."
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Well, since we talked last time, my girlfriend and I broke up, so it made me think about those that never let me down. So my longest relationship is with my electric guitar, a 1978 Gibson Les Paul. I have it more than 20 years. She never lets me down.
Never.
Never. My Harley Davidson never lets me down. And Jack Daniels.
Nice. So Dino, where is you obviously have an accent. Where's your accent? Where are you from originally before you moved to LA?
Let's see if you can nail it.
It sounds sort of French, but sort of Eastern European, but I'm probably completely wrong.
Yeah, I get the Eastern European a lot and the French a lot,
Uh-huh.
usually because of the R. I was born in Israel.
Okay. Now that you say Israeli, I can hear that. One of my best friends is a guy named Asaf Weinberg, and he's Israeli.
I think that we gotta talk about Joe Rogan and Spotify.
Oh wow. My understanding is that he's just licensing the content. So he's not working for them, but he licensed the content and then they can do whatever they want running ads on it.
And no one else can use it.
No one else can use it. Well, yeah, after December, I think I heard.
That's huge. Exclusivity is huge.
Yep.
And I'm not a follower. I know that you're listening to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Because of you, I read 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel, and he talks about the monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great example from Spotify. Spotify decided that they want to be number one in audio. That means that that's going to be their brand. When you think about audio, they want you to think Spotify. And when you want to execute on a brand strategy like this, you need to do a lot of biz dev and reach deep to your pockets and do really, really big steps like this one. All of a sudden, in one day, iTunes brand equity crashed and Spotify's brand equity went here.
I couldn't agree more. It was shocking to me to see it. As a Joe Rogan fan, it was awesome. Because look, he got a payday. Let's be honest, he deserves it. But it also, I started to think like Joe Rogan talks a lot about you don't have to be beholden to anybody, so you can say whatever you want to say, you can do whatever you want to do. And then I wonder, did we lose that with this? Is now Spotify going to censor him? And from what I've read, it doesn't seem like that kind of arrangement where they could censor him. So I'm very happy, very hopeful that it works out the right way. I read a lot of people comparing it. One of my other favorite artists is Howard Stern, and he signed a $500 million deal to go to Sirius. And I think this is very different because it's a very different business model.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of like change in our media. Like I feel like Joe Rogan is the future of media. And if he's going to Spotify, the future is podcasting. I feel like it cemented that legacy, that is the direction everything is going.
Since COVID, if you're looking at the data, more podcasting. So people listen to more podcasting, less music in a way. So the popular music and the popular influencers, everything that, ruled with, hey, look at my boobs. Hey, look at my lips. I'm so awesome. I'm so amazing. I'm a rapper. I make money. All of those things just went off the door. And people are now interested in community, in self-development, in business, listening more to podcasts, less music. It's very interesting.
So that's interesting that you say that, because I think you're right. Do you think that's because of COVID or related to COVID, or do you think that was just a natural thing that was happening?
No, that's totally COVID. A lot of marketers knew that the big influencers, they're gonna die, or sorry, they're not gonna die. The whole big influencers, mega million followers, this whole thing is gonna diminish when you talk about it as a marketing avenue, because society changes and because Gen Zs, they're getting a little bit older and they really can smell marketing crap for like really from afar. They were born to a totally different world when sales, marketing, business, self-development, do's and don'ts, everything is there. You don't need to look for it. It's in your face. So
do you have kids, Dino?
No.
So I do. And what you just described is exactly the world that I observe. I've got an 11 and an 8-year-old, both sons, and that is the way they think about the world.
Do you actually see when both of you, I don't know, all of you are outside and all of a sudden you look at a billboard or product and you think one thing and they're like, what are you talking about, Dad?
Yeah, no, they know the way they want to be marketed to. They know the way that they want the world to work, and it's very different from the way you or I think the world should work. And it's good. It's moving the world forward, I think. But
I think we were the best generation because we were born with TV. We were still had lots of analog, but at the same time, we are the generation that started internet.
You describe it that way because that's the way, the best way I've heard it described is, and I'm older than you, Dino. Like I can tell I have way more gray. I'm older than you, but I don't know by how much, but the point is, like, we spanned digital and analog. So we grew up with tape cassettes. We grew up with answering machines. And yet we still also completely understand digital. We understand Napster. We understand Apple TV, things that are purely digital. So I feel like our generation is, the only good thing about our generation is that we span those two.
And I think something with Gen Zs is really cool about that. So they were born with smartphone, but they really long for a real connection. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see a huge change with them, which brings me to the other subject, which is the metaverse. The fact that, Fortnite and all those big games, they're worlds of themselves. And during COVID, it got to be even bigger. And it's a totally parallel reality. Now they had, I think, a premiere of a movie this week. 27.7 million people watched it on Fortnite.
On Fortnite. So that's mind blowing. I had not heard that, but I will also say I didn't realize my kids are both into Fortnite, and they were both more into it before, and now in a virtual world they're very into it because it's how they actually interact with their friends. So they get on Fortnite, they play, they talk. I think it's a better way to have a call than FaceTime or Zoom. Honestly, it's like play a video game together. But they told me, I didn't realize this, Fortnite decided they had gotten too boring, and they blew up the entire world and started an entirely new universe.
I didn't
Had
know
you heard
that.
of this? Yeah.
I just read that they say that the problem with COVID is that those geeks, the computer geeks, got to be so bored that they had to do something. So apparently that's what they've done.
Yeah, it's insane. So from, again, I'm not an expert on Fortnite, but and they're in Raleigh, which is the capital city of North Carolina, where I live. I live in Charlotte, but from what I understand, they decided we're too boring, and they decided to destroy their entire universe and start a new universe. And it was before COVID. Apparently, it was around January or February timeframe. That's just crazy to me that you can. I think that's so beautiful that you can blow up your entire company and
It's
create a
amazing.
new one. Yeah.
Your kids, do they have more relationships? I mean, relationships that are only online, or actual relationships?
Far more relationships by far. Like my 7-year-old, soon to be 8, his best friend is my ex-wife's best friend's son. They've never met in person. They hang out on Fortnite, and they're
Best buddies.
literally best friends. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
I wonder how close we are to live like in the Matrix or stuff like that. That our physical body will just be a vessel to the real life that we will actually live in a totally virtual life, virtual realm.
So, yeah, and I'm gonna go really weird for a second. Like, when we meet aliens, quote unquote aliens, I don't think if we met people, I feel like when you meet aliens, they're people from the future. They have way better technology than we have. They found us. When we meet those aliens, I don't think we're ever going to meet the people. I think we're going to meet the vessels that the people come in on. So whatever your picture of aliens is, those are the vessels that people come in on, because why would you come in as actual people? Like you'd send ships that you're in, and so,
Right.
uh,
Do you go on Fortnite? Do you live there?
I've tried to.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand it. I can't start it. I play Grand Theft Auto with my kids. I can't play Fortnite. I tried to play Fortnite, but I don't get it. But I think I'm old. I'm probably older than you, Dino. I'm 43. So
I'm older than you.
I would not have guessed. You look younger.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm 45.
Okay.
I think I'll pour myself another Jack.
Nice.
And yeah, I need some stuff to do. And happy Memorial Day. And
happy Memorial Day. Happy Murph Day. Cheers.
happy Murph. Cheers, man.